welcome back. In this video we're going to deal with Priestess Gut. So we've got our main character who's already talked to her and been branded. We've got the rest of our party over here. So we're going to start the conversation.
Ready to clear your head?
And we'll say yes.
Psionic
And we're going to allow her to rummage through because we like getting the healer that we're working on to try to kill us. We'll say that we're ready.
So drink this.
So she's going to hand us this potion, and we didn't make the check, but it's always going to be a sleep potion, so it's always going to be intended to kill you. So, that doesn't sound right. We're going to bring the rest of the party over.
Can't afford to stay.
Alright, so we'll have Shadowheart summon a pet again. I think the Raven's been working pretty well for getting around mobility. We had bad luck with the bear in a different playthrough, so probably not going to do that again. The cat is pretty good for hurting people. The Raven does blind, so we'll summon our ads. Asterion will have update his symbiotic entity. Double check Lazelle's still got a couple of points of key left. And we're just going to jump across.
Into the shadows.
So, and then we'll get stealthy. And we'll break the party apart. Okay, so our peak damage that we're able to do in a burst is still not Lazelle, it's Asterion. So he has a weapon that does additional damage when he attacks for the first time because they've got full health, and he's got this necrotic energy as well. So we're going to weapon dip on this candle here, and we're going to attack the priestess. And things are going to take a little bit to process, and we should suddenly start combat.
Your
There we go.
hasn't.
So we're going into combat. As it happens, we want initiative. That's one of the reasons why we have a couple of people in here. She's going to run for help if we give her the opportunity to do so. So we're going to start off with Topple, and she survived it.
My faith protects me.
And then we've got Shadowheart. And she doesn't have very much health left, so we'll turn off Sharpshooter and just go for the kill.
The world just got a little less wretched.
And we'll just take everything she's got.
Most excellent.
Which includes a key to this area. We will crouch down. Looks like the ogre is already on the far side. We're gonna have some characters climb up
My energy wanes. Time to
and
rest.
we'll go into turn-based mode because she's turned around and started walking. And we're already starting to get hiding rolls going. She's just gonna kick us out if she catches. I'll just show you. Here, let's walk up in front. Hello. So she's not even excited about it.
You've wandered into a forbidden area. You sense it might be
Oh,
time
sorry.
to leave.
And she just kicks you out. We'll have everybody crawl up, except Lazelle, I think. Lazelle.
Assume
We'll just run over and try and kill her. So as soon as she turns her back, we'll hide and then run over.
unseen.
So we've got one more topple. That's what we're going to go for.
It comes.
Didn't knock her down though.
I will ascend.
You can see she got the surprise round, so
Fancy
she
their
is
chances.
absolutely done.
It shall be done.
The bird's flight is a little further than its movement, so that's why we're flying.
My faith will protect me. Have to keep going.
This is likely to take 2 rounds, so we're going to
Use every
weapon dip
advantage.
and turn on sharpshooter. We'll do a little more damage on the next shot.
Make it hurt.
Time to strike.
And that's it.
Yes, of course. Let's explore.
If you let Priestess Gut try to heal you, and she gives you the sleep potion, and you are not an elf, so like Gale is not an elf, or a half elf, then your character will be knocked out and you'll wake up in this prison, where presumably your friends can come to save you. Or if you don't do anything about it, then one of Raphael's servants will come and save you. Which, if you're ever trying to play a solo game, is a pretty convenient way of getting rid of Priestess Gut, to be totally honest. So you can just show up, talk to her, and then get rescued. It is less experience than you would get for fighting her and the ogre. But you're not going to run short of experience in Baldur's Gate 3. We'll hit level 12 easily. That's where we would ordinarily find the Amulet of Misty Step, but we got it from Ammelium. Down here we're going to find one of those druid holes. We haven't used any of them with Astarion. We can, so he can shapeshift small enough to use
That's cute.
these little cubby holes to move around. There's a dig spot, or I'm sorry, not a dig spot. There is a buried body, half buried body over here that we can loot that's got some stuff on it. It's just random stuff, like a chest.
Yeah, it was rife with magic. Right away.
And here we come to the moon puzzle. Puzzle's relatively straightforward. So the goal is to get all of the black dots onto the lit circle here, and the things all turn in a counterclockwise motion. So we'll take this one, move it over here, move this one, and we need to get this other black one out of the way, and once that's done, we've got all 4 black squares in, and off we go.
I suppose.
Like playing Plinko, I suppose. You're just gonna bring them down until you get them. It doesn't matter if you miss, so you can continue to move them until you successfully align them. So, you know, just brute force it if you're not sure. It's a relatively easy puzzle. There's a book in the chamber where the ogre was walking into that explains the puzzle a little bit. Here's another place where if we hadn't met Raphael, we'll meet Raphael right here. It depends on the order that you do things in. We're going to break the party
Do
apart,
we have to spend so long poking about down here?
and we're going to have Shadowheart
I'd much rather be
run up,
outside.
and we're going to climb up this ladder, and that's going to start this Minotaur coming in. And our goal here is going to be to shoot this gem, and that's what's powering the laser radiant defenses. And we'll run over, and then we're going to shoot the Minotaur that's trying to break the door down. There's a bit of a time limit. It can smash its way through the portcullis, but it takes a little while. We're doing this because this Minotaur is worth 75 experience. That's otherwise hard to get.
I must keep going.
The lasers do a lot of damage. And we'll come down and get the waypoint.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
We're going to have Lizelle run into the room where the waypoint is and just jump through this crack in the wall up to the next level. There's a secret entrance right here. It can be hard to detect, but you don't need to detect it, I guess is the point. We've got this chest here,
Just as I expected.
and she's strong enough to just crack it open, and we'll pick up the luminous armor. And even though we're not... she found the door. Even though we're not... You may not. I just used the waypoint. Even though we don't really do a lot of radiant damage, it's still pretty good armor. And we do not have the key yet. That is outside.
Oh, I have the magic touch. Immediately.
So depending on whether or not you have come to this area first or later, it can be either on the skeleton that was up there that we looted that it wasn't on, or out here on one of the bodies.
On it.
This one, maybe? Not that one. There we go. So we use the Slunite key to open the door here. We could have just because we found the secret passage, we could have just walked in. And again, we're just going to smash the chest open and grab this helmet of smiting. We don't have a paladin. We won't have a paladin until Act 2. Minthara is a paladin. And then while we're down here, we'll run over and pick up the Falar Aluve. I don't know that we'll use it. Technically, it's a monk weapon for Lizelle because she is proficient in longswords.
And they're everywhere.
So we'll take a look and see if we can pass the
Slender
religion
trowel
test with
blade
Gale.
impales the stone before you, keeping a silent vigil.
And we've got our warped headband of intellect on, so it's possible we'll make this. And we didn't.
You can't recall
We're
anything
just going
this
to continue.
esoteric.
We're not very strong, but
Too
we'll give it a
many
try.
rituals about swords to
And we
count.
made it. We can try this with
Feels
every
like
single
you're-
character. So, you know, it's not hard to get Falar Aluve.
We may never know who's to blame.
We're back in the Underdark. We've got spectator combat over here. We're not ready for. We don't have enough resources to deal with that. We could head down towards the beach and try to get the spider armor. Again, the bullet's going to pop if we go here. The bullet's going to pop if we come down here. So there's not a lot that we can do in this area without resources right this second. So what we're going to do is head to camp and get ready for another rest session. But we did quite a bit of social stuff. We'll also talk to Volo before we end.
I was just settling in and reviewing my latest
And
findings.
he does have an item that we
Mind
really want,
flayers,
so he
but
always
just
will have
so,
the
of
Whispering
course,
Promise.
your esteemed company.
This is a good ring, and we would like to have it. That allows us to essentially juice a little bit our attack rolls before combat starts, so we can have a character that's wearing it down a potion before the fight, and especially if they're sneaking in, and pick up a bonus. We talked a little bit about items that do more with the absolute brand. So this one, if the wielder bears the brand, they get a +1 bonus to saving throws. So sort of an extra bit. And we'll go through the Volo dialogue. We'll say that we fought one. We're just taking one.
Tell me, that's quite impossible. As there's not a tent, isn't it? Oh.
We'll say that we want rid of it by any means necessary. He's going to, that'll set him up for a quest where we can get our eye replaced with one that does see invisibility. You know, maybe. I don't think that we'll use it. I tend not to take that. Keeping him in camp means that we have a vendor that we can always use, which is pretty handy. All right, so characters and their armor. Shadowheart's AC 13 armor could use an upgrade. And even though we don't do radiant damage, this luminous armor is a big AC upgrade for her. We could swap it out for Asterion as well, so he's in closer combat more often. The radiant damage, I have had it not work very well with Moonbeam, which is the radiant damage source that he has. Not really sure why that might be. We picked up this Helmet of Smiting. We don't have a smiter. We'll just send it to camp, and if we get a paladin, then we'll have one. No one has a cloak. We'll take a look. We've got this that we looted from Ragslin's treasure trove. The irony of having her wear it is relatively high. Here we've got the Absolute's Mercy. This is another item that's actually not so bad if you're playing Abjuration Wizard, right? So we can cast Aid then and add to our ward. So the extra hit points are not terrible, and we can cast them on anybody. For now, I'll just put it on Shadowheart so that I remember that we have it. Guidance Amulet, we're actually going to put that on Gale before we rest. So I think that this is the night where Lae'zel will attack us. I'm not 100% certain of that, but it doesn't cost much to try. So for the Whispering Promise, this is because we're using mostly potions. This is either a standard action, throw the potion at your feet, or a bonus action. I think that it's better on Shadowheart, who has Sharpshooter, but we might use it for some combats on Lae'zel as well. And this is where we'll stop, and I will catch you in the next video. We'll actually do a rest and get back to adventuring. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you there.